The tutorial you are watching is part of Python Fundamentals, probably the best Python beginner course on the internet.
Hello and welcome! So in this tutorial we are going to be looking into lists. Namely, we're going to be creating lists, accessing and changing values inside them, adding lists, multiplying them, and finally, what is most common probably in programs, checking if a value is in a list and iterating through lists. To do this, we're not going to need to create any programs. We're going to do it straight in the interactive shell. And we're going to start with some very, very intuitive examples like numbers and letters. So we can have a list, and a list of numbers is going to look like this. These square brackets are going to signify that we have a list. The list itself is a variable, as you can see, and we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. That's a list of numbers, and when you say numbers, there's your numbers. So let's do letters. Letters, again, equals to square brackets, and if we did ABC straight up like that, I believe that these are going to be taken in as variable names by Python, variables that don't yet exist, and we're going to get an error. So obviously when dealing with letters, we're going to need to create them as strings. So A under quotation marks, B, C, D, and there's a list of letters. Now, accessing values in a list. So letters 0 is going to be A, because 0 is it's the index number. So you literally start counting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And therefore, letters 1 is going to be B, and so on. Likewise for numbers, numbers 2 is going to be not the second but the third number. So numbers 2 is going to be 3, numbers 3 is going to be 4, numbers 4 is going to be 5, and so on. So this is an index, this number that we put in here, and it accesses an item or a variable inside a list. So changing values in a list. Well, right there is a reference to an index, and then you can use that index to assign a new value. And just so that it sort of stands out, we can go 11, something big. So when we look at numbers now, 1, 2, 11, 4, 5. And if we want to do that same thing for the letters, we can maybe change A to 1 or something like that. So if we go letters 0, and then that can be changed to 1. So now that we look at letters, and we kind of have these two hybrid lists. Next up, you can just add them together. You can just say letters plus numbers. And we have one larger list that obviously starts with the letters list and then continues on with the numbers. You can multiply letters. You can say letters times 3. And then you have a list where you have the letters, and the list repeats itself 3 times into one larger list. So next thing that's kind of handy, especially in programs, like for example, if you want to check if something's a valid answer, like if you want to check if a user password is in a list of passwords or user name is in a list of usernames, you can just say B in letters. Now that's going to return true or false. So B is in letters, but K in letters is going to return false because K is not there. So finally, we can sort of iterate through a list. Perhaps, like take item by item and print them out. So let's create a big list. And we're gonna, for our big list is gonna, we're gonna have, what are we gonna have? We're gonna have letters plus numbers, and big list is gonna be that. So for item, now this could have been I, but I'm gonna have it as item. For item in big list print item. And it's just going to go through and go at the first, look at the first item, second item, first item print it, second item print it, third item print it, and so on. So have a look. There it is. 1, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 11, 4, 5. So there you have it. Those are all the most common operations that we do with lists. See you in the next tutorial. Hi there. I'm Sanjin. I'm the guy that makes these videos and answers your comments. So yeah, feel free to drop me one. This is a playlist that's getting updated a lot. So it'll be a whole course in a couple weeks, so make sure to subscribe right there. The playlist can be accessed also by a playlist link, which I'll put there. And finally, pretty much all my Python videos are going to be in another playlist there. Okay, have fun. See you later.